Mine goes delayed too.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Carnivorous Grandma Speaks. This is Robyn Heron, your Carnivorous Grandma here, and this is the venue where we talk about all things carnivore. I'm super excited tonight to have with us the interviewer of interviewers, JT from Poko Moonshine family. Say hey, JT.
How you guys doing? What's up, Tiger Gang?
What's up? Yeah, so I'm super excited to have you here tonight, JT. Do you want to introduce yourself? I'm sure everybody knows who you are, but let's go ahead and have you introduce
I
anyway.
I appreciate you think that, but you should check out my views sometime, Robin. I really don't get many. But my name's JT. I'm from the Poko Moonshine family, and I've been carnivore for about 124 days now. And
Nice.
I'm just killing it on carnivore, like Shane from Sightless Carnivore says, killing it on carnivore.
Yes. Yes. I got to get a conversation going with Shane. I haven't talked to him yet, but I've been seeing him all over the place and
Yeah,
his
he's a
wife.
very
I
good
can't think
friend.
of her name right now.
Amy and Shane.
Amy, Shane and Amy, yes. So very cool people. So you want to tell us a little bit about your story of how you got to carnivore? What was it that got you here?
Yeah, I had sleep apnea, IBS, and back pain, and I was just
Mm.
always laying in the tub trying to feel better. And then every night I'd go to bed, I actually didn't want to go to bed. I'd stay up as long as I could because I was afraid to go to bed because that's when I would have my sleep apnea attacks. And they
Mm.
wouldn't. I had three terrible ones, and they almost took me each time. And it just makes you paranoid to go to bed, makes you afraid to, because you're alive when you're awake, and then I don't know, then I'm in God's hands when I go to bed. So, and I wasn't sure when he would take me and on my old diet. And I saw Carrie do carnivore, and it was about his third or fourth video he posted of carnivore, and I just was like, I can't watch this dude anymore. Like, I got to do it myself. Like, I can't just sit here and watch. So
Right.
I tucked my legs and I cannonballed right in the carnivore pool, and I've been swimming in it ever since. It feels good, and sleep apnea is gone away. The IBS is gone. Took me about 60 days for the IBS to go away. I
Mm.
actually kicked the sleep apnea quickly or faster, whatever you want to say, than the IBS. The IBS took about 60 days, and
Yeah.
I was taking probiotics before and then on carnivore, and then about 60 days, and I started going like taking one pill every 3 days, then one pill every 5 days, and now I just don't take any probiotics. That my gut is healed now, so it's great.
Amazing. That is amazing. Wow. I had IBS too.
Yeah, it sucks,
Um,
doesn't it?
it does.
It's
You never
debilitating
know
almost, you know.
yeah, what's gonna cause. So I had IBS with constipation, and, you just never know what's gonna I think it's funny now because you can really tell now when you're a carnivore what's gonna set you off.
Hmm.
You get to learn that. But back then, it was like I never knew, like, what was gonna cause my stomach to be all jacked up.
Pretty much everything
So
caused me to be jacked up back then. I was
mhm.
smoking, drinking, and eating bad, and I wasn't giving myself a chance to thrive at all. But now I'm thriving on carnivore, and I absolutely love it.
So you said you've been on it for about 140 days.
124.
124 days. Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And, how long did it take before your sleep apnea went away?
I'd say that went away in the first month because
Wow.
I had a like a wheezy lungs, and I had like a whistle. You would hear it, and I could tell there was just not much air moving. And when I go to bed, I'm like, well, I don't know what's going to happen here. So, but otherwise, I don't have that wheeziness, that whistle, that lung whistle anymore. It's all gone, and
Mm.
my lungs feel completely normal. I suppose eating better, getting rid of that inflammation in the lungs, and then not
Yep.
smoking so much cannabis is really helped me.
Yeah. Smoking is not very good for your lungs.
No, no, it was just the culture though I was raised in, and it was what It's what I did with my buddies. And, I was in the music
Mhm.
scene for a while, and we smoked a lot,
Yep,
drank a lot, partied
yep.
a lot, did a lot of things, and
Mhm.
not a lot of smart things. So I'm still trying to let my body catch up, and, try to heal from all the dumb stuff I've done.
I hear you. Same here. Been a little longer for me, but yeah, same here, same story. I did a lot of partying when I was younger, did a lot of damage. So, yeah, I totally get that. So the sleep app, were you on a CPAP machine or you were
No,
not on a
I
CPAP
refused
machine?
to take it, and I said I'd rather die than use it, and that's what almost happened, Robin.
So can you tell us the story about what happened there? I know I've heard you tell this story about what happened with your sleep apnea. I've heard it a couple of times, but I'd love to hear if you could tell it to the
Yeah,
folks here tonight.
yeah, absolutely. I just woke up out of a dead sleep, and I no air was coming in, not like a little bit, nothing, just no air. And I started panicking. I was walking all over the house, and I put my hands above my head. I was trying to breathe. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going on, and I just was panicking. I was like a chicken with my head cut off. I was going all over the house,
Mm,
and it was so lack of air. There's just no air, and there's just no way I could even talk to someone on 911. And so I didn't even call 911 because I knew, I was like, man, either I save myself or I'm going to be dead by the time they get here. So there's just no point for me to waste energy on a phone call when I'm
mm,
trying to need to focus on saving myself.
right.
So I was walking from the kitchen in the bedroom, and then I was in the bedroom, and I was on my way out, and I fell onto the floor. I couldn't breathe. I was starting to pass, I guess, pass out too. And I think if I would have passed out, I would have died, because when you pass out, your lungs start back up, but not during a sleep apnea episode. Like
Mm, mhm.
when you sleep, and a sleep apnea hits you, like, you'll be dead. So I was on the floor, and I crawled my way to the kitchen, and I was leaning up against the cabinets, and I was laying there, and I was watching the clock, and I was like, man, I was looking at the clock because I just wanted to see what time on the clock I would die.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and all I could get was,
Oh no.
and it was like someone was just,
Terrifying.
yeah, someone was just, felt like someone was just straight up choking me, man. Like I had a belt
Mm,
around my neck as tight as it could go. And I just sat there, and I was like, man, I got to a point where I was like, man, I'm done. This is it. This is it, man.
mhm,
I pissed it away. And then this voice
mhm,
popped in my head, and to this day, it wasn't a male voice, wasn't a female voice. The voice just was. I'm pretty sure it was God, because it just was. It just is.
mhm.
And the voice was like, "Hey, man, this if you don't try to fight, like, that's the end of your earthly journey." And I was like, "Man, and then I think it kind of reminded me that I still had a chance to fight. When I thought I
Yes,
had given up, when I thought it was over. And I think the voice gave me a good reminder that it wasn't over yet. Maybe I wasn't doing good, but I was still alive somehow, some
yeah,
way. And it felt like this conversation lasted forever, but it was all just maybe a minute, not even. And so
mhm,
I kept trying. I was like, dude, I'm not done yet. And I tried so hard. I tried so hard to live. That was
yeah,
the worst time of my life, and I wasn't even afraid to die. I was afraid that I had squandered my opportunity at life. My squandered my opportunity to be a father, to be a husband, um,
yeah,
to just live more life. I had squandered it. So, the actual process of death wasn't scaring me. It was what I was potentially losing here.
mhm,
That
mhm,
scared me more. So
yeah,
I fought as hard as I could, and I just kept. It took about 20 minutes for me to start getting a little bit more air in there. It was about 20 minutes of longest 20
oh
minutes of my life.
gosh,
It felt like torture. Felt like
mhm,
torture. But then I finally slowly started getting more air in and more air in, and I was like, "Damn, dude, I almost died. I almost died." And it just hits
yeah,
you. You're like, "Holy shit, I almost died." Gosh.
wow. I'm so grateful to God for saving your life, for speaking to you in that moment and letting you know, like, you still got another chance.
Yeah, yeah. He
Amazing.
was like, "Well, dude, you're gonna be done if you give up." You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was literally told that I was, I fight or I'm done. So
Wow.
I fought, and I'm still here. I'm doing good now. I'm still fighting, but I'm not fighting to live. I'm just fighting to keep thriving more and more.
Yes. And you're thriving. So you saw Carrie
Yep,
and you
yep.
saw him like pulling up on the pergola or whatever it was outside.
I saw him doing
Is that
all
what you
sorts of stuff. He couldn't
saw?
sit still, and I said, "Man, I wish I had all that energy and positivity."
So did you just go directly from the standard American diet to carnivore?
Yep,
How was your transition?
it was good. I didn't get the keto flu. I don't take electrolytes.
Wow.
I didn't have any of those issues. It's been a blessing for me.
Wow, wow, wow. That is awesome. So I did not go directly from standard American diet, and I have had the keto flu before,
Mhm.
and it's pretty terrible. So you're blessed not to have had that. So that's great. You had a great experience transitioning.
Yeah, I ate a lot of carnivore stuff anyways, but I had a lot of the junk. I was still eating ice cream, Doritos, Cheetos. I was eating a lot of the junk with all the eggs and the bacon and that stuff. But once I knew I could eat bacon and eggs and all this stuff and lose weight, I was like, man, I don't need Cheetos no more. Like, screw
Right.
Cheetos.
It's crazy how you
But I
can
do
eat
love my flaming
bacon.
hots. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I miss them. I miss them so
Uh,
much, but it
oh
ain't worth it. It
wow.
ain't worth it.
Yeah, I think if I ate like Cheetos, my inflammation would just go crazy.
It ain't worth it.
Yeah. It's not worth it. Let's say hey to some of these folks out here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
We have the 40-year carnivore or
What's up, Rick? What's up,
Chargamopon.
buddy?
Hey, dude. Then we got semi-retired Bob. Hey, semi-retired Bob. I've been
What's up,
watching
Bob?
you lately. I enjoy your channel. So he says hello. Let's see who else we got here. They've been busy all day. Bold Carnivore. Hey, Bold Carnivore.
How you doing, bud?
Welcome. Do we know Bold
Yep.
yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've had him on my
I haven't
channel.
met Bold yet. Okay, great. Well, see, we got to talk about all these carnivores that you've been interviewing. So, Karen Harrington. Hey, Karen.
What's up, Karen?
Um, hey, Tiger Gang. Let's see who else we've got here. Rhonda's here. Rhonda says she's sorry she's late. So here's what I didn't realize is that Monday night is live with the live streams. Everybody's live streaming on Monday night. So I usually do my live streams a little bit earlier, but your time that you had available was 8. So here we are.
Yeah, yeah, that's just when I can do it. So
Yeah,
it's a take it or leave it type thing.
totally get it. Yep.
I don't worry about
Yeah,
competition, Robin. There's only one me. There's only one you. And if they
that's
want
right.
us, they know where to
Here they
find us.
come.
There ain't
That's
nowhere else
right.
they're gonna get this.
Yep, that's absolutely right. So, what is your live stream news? I don't know about your live stream news. What did I
Well,
miss?
unfortunately, I reach out to people, and if they say they're interested in coming on the channel, sharing their story, I say, "Oh, great," and I send them my email. I
Mhm.
don't know who or how many people, but some of those people have turned around and then reported me as spam after me sending them my email. And YouTube says if I do it again, they're going to permanently ban my channel. And I've worked too
What?
hard on my channel, so unfortunately, chatting with carnivores is no longer.
Oh my god, that is terrible.
I know, I know. I really had a passion for it, and people just find out a
Yes.
way to ruin other things for people. They just always will find a way to just ruin things, and unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's what they did, man. So,
Oh,
um,
that is a real bummer. I'm so sorry to hear that. Matter of fact, I really wanted to talk about chatting with carnivores, and we will talk a little bit about it.
we still can, Robin.
But you were killing it with chatting with carnivores.
Yeah, I had a
I
lot of fun.
mean,
I had a lot of fun, and I met a lot of very great people. It's just a shame that some people would turn around and then report my channel.
right.
What you
That is
gonna
so
do?
crazy.
You know.
That is so crazy. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, it's
And
not the end, it's a new beginning.
it's a new beginning. Yeah.
It's a new
Just
beginning.
got to pivot, right?
Mhm.
Carnivore Cabbie. Hey, Carnivore Cabbie, welcome.
What's
It's
up,
morning
Gabby?
for Carnivore Cabby. And let's see, Kathy Tittle is here. Hey,
Hey,
Kathy.
Kathy, how you doing?
Um, here, Cheetos was my fave. I loved
Mm,
Cheetos.
yeah,
I
Cheetos
like
were
the
good.
puff ones though.
I liked sprinkling flaming hot Cheetos on like chicken sandwiches, making them like flaming hot chicken sandwiches. Then they
Oh
were
my
they were
god.
good.
That sounds that sounds crazy. Sounds
It's
like
good though. You know,
crazy.
like those
Yeah.
breaded chicken patties, and I just would add a little bit more breading. It would be my
Crunchy part.
yeah.
And hot. Crunchy and hot. The
Mm-hmm.
kids love the flaming hot.
They're
They love
good. They're good.
everything flaming hot.
I like the burn. You know, I miss stuff that burns in my mouth. I really do.
You gotta get you some good hot sauce.
Yeah. Or
Get you
like
some
some
good
cinnamon
habanero hot
toothpicks.
sauce. Cinnamon, yeah, cinnamon toothpicks, something a little spicy for
Yeah, something
you.
that burns.
Hey,
Hey,
FR
Humphrey,
Humphrey.
how you doing?
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party.
Welcome, welcome.
Let's see here. We got Carnivore Journey.
How you doing?
Forrest from Bentonville, Arkansas. Hi. Hi,
How's it going,
Forrest.
Forrest?
Welcome. Let's see who else we've got here. This is Raise Your Vibration. This sounds like right in sync with you, JT.
Yep, I'm all about vibrations. You know,
Yes,
I've been raising my vibration all day. I don't let people get me down, even if they want to report me for nonsense. Like, go ahead, doesn't bother me, man.
yeah, right. So here's one. Semi-retired Bobs wants you to email him because he's got some thoughts for you. So make sure you get a
I
hold
will
of
shoot you an email,
semi-retired
Bob.
Bob.
That's for sure.
And Carnivore Journey says, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, my addiction.
Yeah, and
This
salsa
is,
too. I
yeah,
like the good hot
Forrest.
salsa that would burn in my mouth before.
Yeah, my husband loves salsa and chips and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Is he
All
doing
right, we're all
carnivore
caught
already?
up. No, not yet. Not yet. I
Hey,
hope
just
so
keep leading by
someday.
example and keep loving
Yeah.
them, you know, because
I
if
hope someday he'll decide to do it because it's a game changer, truly. I mean, it really is changing my life, honestly.
it took my wife 24 days of watching me lose a bunch of weight and feel good, and she was like, same with me. She's like, I can't stand this dude. Like, I want to feel good like this. I can't stand his ass.
Right. Yeah. Well, one problem I think is I've not been enjoying the carnivore zen because I keep making all these stupid changes. So like I gave up sweeteners, which, you know, is kind
It's
of
good.
joyful.
It's good.
Makes you feel
Great.
happy. And then I gave up coffee a couple days ago. So I've been dragging for the last month, pretty much.
I've never I've never gotten into coffee in my entire life. So
Wow.
I can't relate with you on that one, but my wife did give up coffee and she's killing it. So just do
Yeah.
what's best for you, Robyn.
I hope that it's gonna really so the reason I did it was because of the anxiety. So here's a big thing that happened to me this week is that I had stopped driving on the highway uh, a few years ago. The last time I drove on the highway was like 8 months ago. And I got on and I had a panic attack. I had to like pull over on the side of the road and have
Mm.
my mom drive.
It's funny you
And
mentioned that. My mom does not like driving on the freeways and the highways and stuff. She gets very panicky as well.
yeah,
And
I mean, I
it,
had a full on panic attack.
oof,
It was
that's
crazy.
yeah, that's not good while
And
you're driving.
so I did get on the highway this week and I just wanted to check, and see am I better? And I'm a lot better than I was, but not all the way healed yet. So I thought maybe giving up the coffee would help it take it the rest of the way.
Yep, give it some
So
time and keep practicing, Robyn. You got this.
yes, yes, yes,
Call me
yes.
up and put me on speakerphone if you need me there too. I can coach you through it.
All right, all right.
I'm
I
here
got your
for you,
number
Robyn.
on speed dial.
Yep, I'm here for you.
All right. So here's kind of our journey. And here's the thing, it's hard to get my friends and family to do this. I think this is Forrest. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, and you don't want to get them to do anything. You want them to make a decision, you know, and the best way to do that is to be a leader. And when they ask you questions, inform them the best you can, and also send them some good videos on the topic that would help educate them and eliminate fear and anxiety comes from a lack of knowledge. So if you could help raise their awareness and answer some questions for them, they'll probably have a lot less fear and anxiety about what you're doing and what they're thinking inside their heads about the diet.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody this week, and the person that I was telling you about earlier, my little sister from church, um, I was just talking to her about the fact that everything that we have been taught and indoctrinated to around food and health is all just one big fat lie. I'm like, it's just a lie. She's like, well, doesn't fat like red meat cause inflammation? I'm like, no, that's
Exact
not true.
opposite, actually. It reduces
Yeah,
it. Yeah. Sends it right down the
yeah,
road. It's going, gone on
gone.
carnivore.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. So I'm hoping that she will, maybe decide to try it.
Yeah.
The least you can do is try it for 30 days.
I say even a
And
week because they're gonna feel so good
mm,
after the week, they're gonna wanna do
mhm,
30, and it doesn't sound
right.
as daunting of a task, and I guarantee you
Mhm,
the first 3, 4, 5 days, they'll probably stop snoring, feel really
mhm.
rested, and they'll be like, "Dang, this 7 days wasn't that bad, and I ate a bunch of bacon and stuff, like,
Yeah,
maybe we'll
right.
do 30." Like, "Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure you
yeah.
will."
When I started, I knew I would do 90 days. I had been watching Dr. Berry long enough. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to do 90 days no matter what. And it was not easy because of the tummy troubles that I had. But but the eating part of it was great. And I also felt incredible. So except for the
Keto
tummy
flu?
problem, you know,
When did you get the
everything
keto
was
flu?
awesome.
How far into your journey?
So I did not get keto flu when I started carnivore, but I got it when I started keto.
Oh, you got the
So
keto flu, huh?
yeah, from keto. So
Yeah.
way back when, maybe 10 years ago, when I initially tried keto, I got a little bit of that, feeling fluish. My husband got I mean, when tried it the first time, he got very sick and had to go to like urgent care
Oh,
because
you're kidding
he
me.
was so
Wow.
sick. Yeah. So,
Mm.
and we didn't realize that it was his electrolytes were imbalanced.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Mm.
So, yeah, I've tried a few times to get people in my family to try it. My mom, of course, tried it. She's more ketovore.
How's she doing?
Um, she's doing good. She's been on vacation for a couple of days, so she hasn't been talking much about what she's been eating while she was on vacation.
Uh-oh.
So when she gets back, I'll get a chance to talk to her and interview her. And I told her, you're gonna have to tell all the people what you've been eating, mom.
Well, but God bless her though for trying and for taking steps though in the right direction. No one's perfect, right, Robin?
Right. And Forrest is saying that that was some great advice that you gave, and I agree. We don't, we can't force anybody to do anything, but certainly we can be an example and, just show them the way.
Yep,
And
and
then when we
be a
feel
source of
great,
info too. As much as you know. If you don't
yes.
know it, then say, hey, refer them to something. You want to give them the best info as you can, and it eliminates all those fears.
Yes, yes, indeed. So, Julia said, I have rheumatoid arthritis. Inflammation is greatly reduced.
That's great.
Yeah,
Keep
the
going.
inflammation is like
It's a
incredible.
killer. It really is. And we spent so long beating our bodies up. It's going to take a little bit to reverse it. We can't expect to beat our bodies up for years and then be reversed overnight. As beautiful as that would
Yes,
be,
right.
it might not happen, Julia. So, good for you, Julia. Keep going. Proud of you.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Yes. Does Bold Carnivore have a channel? We're trying. Oh, wait a minute. At Carnivore Journey. At Carnivore Journey, do you have a channel? So that's Forrest. Does Forrest have a channel? We're trying to find out. Oh, yep. Forrest does have a channel at Carnivore Journey 0609.
There you
So
go.
we will follow you, Forrest. We'll come and check you out. He also said that my wife has joined me and lost 30 pounds. Congratulations to her.
That's
That's
awesome.
fantastic. I just keep posting my videos and leading by example. Exactly.
That's
That's
all we
all we
can
can
do.
do,
That's all
right?
we can do.
That's
Just
all
can
we can do.
focus on controlling the things you can control. Anything out of your control, just let go and let God.
Yes, yes, indeed. So let me get my questions out here. If you guys have questions for JT, please put them in the chat with the cues so that I can try to highlight them. Um, so, your health results: sleep apnea, back pain
Back
is all
pain's
gone.
gone. It's all gone. I had 3 discs in my back. Bottom of my back is like an upside down question mark. So it really goes to
Mm.
like that. But I
Hmm.
don't I don't know what's happened in there. I haven't had any X-rays since, but I don't really care what's going on in there because whatever's going on in there is good because I feel good. So I
That's
don't know if a
fantastic.
miracle happened. Awesome, great, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hmm.
That's awesome. And then IBS. Any other health benefits that you've achieved or
Yeah,
seen?
I'm sleeping good. I'm feeling good. I have a lot of energy now for exercising and my son, so I feel like I'm a better father now. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
can finally like get out of the bathtub and chase him around to the point where, he needs to run faster now because Papa's a lot faster. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm seeing all sorts of benefits. But to me, the best benefit is just being a better husband and father, getting myself back, and not feeling like crap all the time from that IBS and the sleep apnea too. That was great. Now I don't go to bed in fear that I'm gonna maybe not wake up and see my family again.
That's awesome. Yep. Do you have the carnivore zen?
I would say so. A lot of things really don't bother me anymore, even despite what's been going on lately, a lot of wild stuff. But I would say I'm pretty zenned out, a lot more than I used to be. I had a lot of anger problems before. I
Mm.
would always look for fights. I would always find them. I would enjoy fights. I would enjoy hurting
Mhm.
people. But I don't do that no
Wow.
more. I don't look for those fights. I don't look for confrontations, and I don't enjoy hurting people anymore. So
I can hardly believe that, JT. You seem like such a nice person, and you are a nice person, and
I would
you're
like to
so
box, Robyn.
positive.
I would
You
love
like
to
to box.
box. I always was ready to punch somebody in their face. I'm telling you, and I
Oh
did a
my gosh, you
I
sound
did a
like my
bunch of that.
oldest daughter. My oldest daughter, she's like, I love to fight. I just love it. It's
She'll
fun.
hopefully she grows out of it though, because it's not
She's,
good, unless you're getting
she's
paid by
35.
WWE, or UFC or something.
She hasn't been in a fight in a long time, but when
That's
she
good.
was a teenager, she would just wait for somebody to try to pick a fight with her.
Yeah, and you get
Like,
what you're looking for out here. What you focus on, your thoughts are which the currency which you purchase your life, and if you
yeah,
use those thoughts to purchase bad things, and that's exactly what you're gonna get.
yeah. So how did you change your thinking? You know what I mean? How did you go from this person who loves to fight in the box and to the person that you are today, who is such a positive person and so encouraging?
Well, I I had a lot of success in the music business, and I also had a lot of failures. And so I knew when I would, the biggest show I ever put on myself was 850 people. I've
Nice.
opened up for bigger crowds than that, but they weren't a crowd that, I was the headliner at. As far as headlining, it was 850 people. So I knew I was doing something right, but then, I knew I was doing a lot of things wrong because there's a lot of drama involved in that scene and a lot of that stuff. And I sat there and I said, man, I'm doing something right, but I'm also doing something wrong. And I said, I would love to know what I'm doing wrong. That way stop doing that and I can be more successful.
Mm-hmm.
So I found my coach, Bob. I had a lot of anger at that time, and I was fighting a lot with my dad, specifically, a lot of other people too, but I was fighting a lot with my dad. That was probably the one fight that bothered me the most, like rather than fighting friends and other people and strangers. But I didn't actually physically fight them, just verbally. We were just arguing and stuff. And so I
Mm-hmm.
typed in on YouTube how to get rid of anger because I was always pissed off. And this dude popped up, and I didn't really like his video. So I was scrolling underneath, and the first video that popped up underneath that video was suggested video was from my coach, Bob Proctor. And I clicked on it, and this dude was talking about vibrations and frequencies,
Mm.
and it was a video about anger. I'm like, what is he talking about, dude? What does this got to do with anger? You know? And I realized that I was on a low vibration. I was on a low frequency because I was angry. And when you're on a low
Mm.
vibration, low
Mhm.
frequency, you attract low vibration, low frequency stuff. You attract bad stuff. Now, I'm not saying that nothing bad will ever happen to you if you start thinking more positive, because obviously tragedies do happen. But um about 98% of your life will be better. You
Yeah.
know, you're only going to have about 2% of problems when you start controlling your mind and your thoughts and your actions. So I said, man, I watched video after video, and this dude was explaining things in a way I've never heard them explained. You know, he was actually
Mm.
giving away the cheat codes. He was giving away the sauce. He was giving away
Wow.
the recipe, the secret. When a lot of other people, at best, they want you to pay for that. And then
Mhm.
some of them won't even give you the sauce because they want you to tune into another video or whatever. They want to link you in somehow and get your money or whatever. You know, they're not really out to help you. They're out to help themselves. My
Yeah.
coach gave away the sauce every chance he got. He
Wow.
didn't give anything about whether you were paid or not. He was his mission, his life mission before he passed was he wanted to change the world one mind at a time, one heart at a time.
Mhm.
And God bless him. God bless him. And I was one of those people, thank God.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he told me that the more I focused on my arguments with my father, the more I was going to make more arguments with him. The more I was just going to attract more of that nonsense. The more
Mhm.
I looked for it and assumed and inspected it, I was going to get it, you know. And so he said to start focus. If you're arguing with somebody, doesn't matter, uh, husband, wife, father, cousin, doesn't matter. Start focusing on the good things that they do, because nobody's all good, nobody's all bad. There's got to be
Right.
something good to that person that you enjoy. And then
Mhm.
let go of all the stuff that annoys you. Let go of all the stuff that pisses you off. Let go. And
Yeah.
he taught me about forgiveness. It's not
Yeah.
about the other person.
Right.
It's it's really not. When you forgive the other person, it's not for them. And if they feel better, cool, good. But it's for you, so you don't hold on to this negative energy that's going to help you attract negative things. You have to let it go. And part of
Right.
letting go, he taught me, it's the vacuum law. And there's a law that's that states that nature abhors a vacuum. And if you put a space in something, nature wants to fill it. You know, it's
Mhm.
like a farmer. He digs those little holes, he fills it up with a seed and then puts the dirt back down. Like it's just a law. Those holes aren't going to stay like that, you know. And
Mhm.
part of the law too, like when Moses was roaming around, um, they said one day, well, you know, they came to him and they're like, well, we didn't have no water. God didn't send us no water. We prayed for water and He didn't send us water. What's up with that? And Moses said, well, show me the ditches you dig or the ditches you dug. And they said, what ditches? And he's like, well, if you didn't make a space for the rain, how could you expect Him to send that miracle? Like you need to make a space for the good you want. And part of
Mm.
that is letting go. You let go of negativity and make
Okay.
room for the positive things in life.
Yes.
And we've all been wronged. You know, we've all had people do things to us that weren't nice. But what good is holding on to that? What good is that going to do your spirit, your soul, your energy? You know,
Right.
how could you ever get zen if you're holding on to bad things? You need to let it go. And the vacuum law was a real cool one I learned, and everybody can even practice tonight. It's funny. Go through your drawers and empty out a whole drawer of clothes that you don't like, that don't fit, you don't want. Make sure a whole drawer in your dresser is completely empty. And just watch it how fast that fills up and without you even spending money. You won't even spend a dollar and it's going to fill right
Mhm.
back up. That's because
Right.
nature doesn't like a space like that. It has to be filled. And it's the same
Mm.
thing with your thoughts. If you think of a goal, you know, like I wanted to start Poko Moonshine and get 100,000 subscribers. Well,
Mhm.
I'm at 39,000. Like
Wow.
Well, I'm at 30.
How well on your way.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit 39,000 soon. I'm at 38,000 something.
That's amazing.
But my
Congratulations.
thank you. But my point is though, when I made that idea that I wanted 100,000, and then there was zero there, right?
Mhm.
Nate, the universe and God is like, well, we have to fill that up now because
Okay.
he he let go of other things, and now I've latched onto this new idea, and this new idea created this big space for 100,000 people. So of course
Right.
the universe is going to start filling that
Filling
empty
it
space
in.
because it doesn't like the empty space. But it's all
Wow.
part of letting go. You guys have to let go of things. It's like if let's say someone had a rust bucket car and it was just always giving them problems, and I had
Mhm.
keys behind my back to a Tesla and I wanted to give it to him, and I said, give me the keys, and you're like, this is the only car I got, there ain't no way you touching my car keys, I need this to go to work, it might not be much, but nobody touches my car keys.
Mhm.
Well, if you don't let go of something, how can you receive something else? And it's sacrifice means when you let go of something of a lower nature to receive something of a higher nature. So you let go of the
Okay.
negativity to receive the positivity. You let go of the old car keys to receive the new car keys. You
Mhm.
have to let go. You have to let
Yeah.
go. Otherwise, there won't be a space for there. You know what I'm saying? And parting letting go
Yes.
too is I'm glad I didn't let go of this experience because I had a chance to let go. The
Mm.
Lord told me, like if you're done, then that's it, bro.
Right.
And I didn't let go. I didn't want to make a space for the next journey yet. And one day I will let go when the time's right, but
Right.
it wasn't time for me to let go. And
Yeah.
so the Lord filled this space back up because I had let go of letting go, and I held back onto this, and he says, okay, I'll fill you back up with more earthly experiences. But
Yeah.
if you're going to let go of the earth, this journey, then you go on to the next phase.
Go on. Yeah. Right.
That's how you guys have to. That's the vacuum law, and you guys, a
Okay.
part of that is letting go. If you learn how to make space with new ideas and let go of old ideas, you know, and make a new goal, and that's
Mhm.
creating a new drawer in your life that needs to be filled. It's so
Yeah.
fun when you learn how God has set this place up for us to win and win big.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
we live in fear because we don't know understand how God set this thing up to work. We don't understand all of God's natural laws, and there's more of them besides gravity. There's more of them
Yes.
besides the vacuum law. There's other
Mhm.
laws that we need to learn about and be in to get in harmony with. And to go back to when I said when I wanted to learn what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong, I was following
Mhm.
some of those laws right, which where I'd get success, and then I
Right.
was following some of those laws wrong, and I'd get problems.
Mhm.
So the more you learn about God and God's laws, and He taught all of these natural laws, they're all taught in the Bible. You have to get in harmony with them, and you're going to be in this natural, beautiful flow. And God is going to send you more blessings than you've ever could imagined because you're finally in harmony with Him and how He set things up, and you're not fighting against Him, and you're
Yeah.
you're you're in His favor then, because you're in harmony with the laws, and everything will just start to flow your way, and that's why it says in the Bible, the rich get rich, the poor get poor. um that's for a reason. It's a flow, and if you're not in harmony with God's laws, and you're in harmony with poverty and negativity and drama and violence and drugs,
Mm.
that
Mhm.
is what you're going to stay in that river, and you're going to keep floating down that river and keep getting more of those experiences. But the good thing is we all have got a paddle. We've got our mind. That's our paddle,
Yes.
and we can flip the
Mhm.
boat over to the other side and start streaming back upstream in
Mhm.
all the positivity that God really wants for us. He doesn't want to keep sending us um bad stuff, but if we order it, like it's like a magic genie. You get what you get what you ask for. You become what you think, and the Lord wants you
Mhm.
to think in a positive way, which is why He asks you to forgive people. It's for your benefit, so you don't hold on to this stuff and constantly think negative and think about revenge and things. let it
Yeah.
let it go, because and that's another there's another law I'll teach you about quick. The law of cause and effect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's where karma comes from. The law of cause and effect states that the only energy you can receive is the energy you send out. That's karma.
Okay.
That's karma.
Mm.
So when you do someone wrong, expect some wrong to come back. You know what I'm saying? And now when people do me wrong, I dodge it. I don't want to absorb it. I dodge it. And it's not that I'm scared or whatever. I know that the universe, God, the Lord, He will send them the energy that they sent out to me. I don't need to give it to them. It's going to be gift wrapped from someone else or something else that they're going to get. So I let them get their present by surprise, and they expect it's going to come back for me gift wrapped with a bow with my name on it. And then they don't get no gift
Oh.
back and they're surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But then one day they're like, ha, ha. And then all of a sudden they get a gift with their name on it that they don't like. And they're like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's on you, man. But the best thing for us is to dodge it, though. You don't want to absorb that energy. You don't,
Yeah.
not like you're ignoring it, but you're not letting it in. You don't let it soak into your core, into your heart
Yeah.
and your soul. Why let someone else change you're a beautiful person, Robyn. Why would you ever let someone try to bring you down and make you a mean, nasty person when that's not you? So you
Right.
hold firm to you, and you hold firm to what you know you are and your faith with God and your walk. And we're not perfect. I'll have things to answer for to the big man, and that's
Yeah.
on me. But I'm not going to add to it. I'm not going to add to it by trying to send people their karma back. So
Right.
um, I suggest people they just even let go of that, because the law of cause and effect, though all these
Mm-hmm.
laws work together. And if you work against the law of cause and effect, and you don't let go of that stuff and work with the vacuum law as well, I mean, then you're just not in harmony with two laws, and it's gonna two of them right off the bat, and it's like, man. And you can see how this starts to add up real quick, Robyn, when you're not in harmony with God's laws.
Right.
It makes for a
Yeah.
bad day, and when you could be having a lot of really good days. And part of that
Exactly.
is eating right and treating your it calls your body a temple for a reason,
Yes.
because this is where you're going to study and worship and praise um, God and all His miracles He's giving you. And how can you do that if the temple is just it's closed, it's not open for business, or if it's just raggedy and busted down? It's not going to
Right.
be a good day of worship. We need to treat our bodies like a temple and put good things in there. And that's the law of cause and effect again. Like if you put junk
Yes.
in, you're going to feel bad, and people shouldn't be surprised when they learn these laws. And it's a real sobering thing. It was for me. I
Yeah.
and as soon as I started learning this stuff, Robyn, I signed up for class after class after class, because
Wow.
he just broke down the Bible and explained why this happens, why that happens more. My pastors all taught me about the Bible lessons, but they didn't explain why those things, why the Lord was teaching that lesson. More than
Mm-hmm.
just, well, it's not good for you. Well, why? Why? Explain this
Mm-hmm.
to me more. Like, don't just say, well, because it's just not what God wants. Well, yeah, explain that though. Like, explain the laws to me, and explain how God does want me to live. So that
Right.
way I can understand why I shouldn't live the other way better.
Mm-hmm.
Raise my awareness more. And it's all taught in there. It's just not really explained, I guess. But the Bible does teach all this stuff. Jesus was
Mm-hmm.
of natural laws as well. Um, it's like feeding of the 5,000. The disciples told him there ain't enough bread and fish, my dude. And
Right.
he made agreement. He's of God himself, and he
Mm-hmm.
understands about abundance, and he understands that the Lord would not put us on a planet that's going to starve us to death. There's more. If you ask the farmers out here, Robyn, there's more food than people can eat. They throw away
Yes.
pumpkins, they throw away corn, they throw away milk down the drain. There's more
Yep.
food to be consumed, than we can consume. I mean, even when I bought one pumpkin last year and I made pumpkin puree when I did eat it, out of
Mm-hmm.
one pumpkin, I had so much puree I had to give it away to my family. It was one pumpkin, and
Right.
our mindset is to buy pumpkins and carve them up, which is great. But then we're literally leaving 6 pumpkins on the porch that are carved up when they all could have been turned into food.
Mhm.
and you would have had more food for your family, neighbors, everybody. So the food is there. We just don't see it. The answers are here in front of us. We just don't see it.
Right.
Like, I was eating bad and I didn't know carnivore was the answer. Eating meat was always here. It was always available. I just didn't see
Right.
it. And if you're not
Yeah.
looking for the right things, you won't find the right things.
This is interesting what you're saying, JT. I'm thinking about this, this law of cause and effect in regard to the way that we have been taught to eat. And as you were talking about earlier, we're eating Doritos and Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and this stuff is not even really food.
No, they've got us set up, Robin. It's a setup.
Yeah.
And they
But
got you.
but we see the effect all around us
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of
And
a
you know what the
bad
cause is. You know
diet.
what the cause is. It's a bad diet and it gives you a bad effect, but that bad
Mhm.
effect makes some people wealthy.
Yes, it does.
And when
Very
you
wealthy.
have a system that when the more people get sick, the more money they make, and the more arguments we cause, the more people shoot each other, and we sell gun sales are up, then bullet sales are up, and the more we get politicians to argue with each other. Now we got a war, and now they're gonna the people who sell the weapons and make the tanks and stuff are making money. Then when we
Yeah.
have a system that's set up that killing us makes profit, that getting us to kill each other makes profit, thinking negativity is making them profit. That's how you know that the devil is running this place right now. And
Yeah.
we need to band together and raise each other's awareness. We need to start learning about God and God's laws and these natural laws, and to get in harmony with God, and
Mhm.
to not be in harmony um with all the negativity that's set up against us, because we can fight back in a big way, and we can really disconnect from all that stuff, and you can actually make a beautiful community, a beautiful neighborhood, a beautiful family, a beautiful life if you just let go of all that stuff. And I'm not
Right.
saying ignore it like it's not going on, like we aren't being set up. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is don't let it into your heart. Don't let it encourage you. Um, that's the best way for them to beat us, is to get us discouraged. And
Mhm.
I see a lot of people on this diet, they defeat themselves because they let themselves get discouraged. They'll look at someone
Right.
else's results and say, well, I'm not getting that. And then discouragement comes in. We're not dumb. We're not lazy. But the best way for us to be defeated is discouragement. And the system
Yes.
knows that. The system knows we're not dumb. It knows we're not lazy. We get up every day and work for pennies, work for change. They know that. They know we ain't lazy. We're working for our pennies. But they got us discouraged. They got us
Right.
discouraged, and we don't think we could ever make more money. They don't think They got us thinking we could never make a change. We could never get people to put down the guns, and we could never get people to say peace instead of war. They got us discouraged, and it
Mhm.
keeps them winning. It keeps them, and I'm not about that no more. You won't discourage me no more. When God is with me, nobody can stand against me. Even people will report my channel. You ain't gonna win. I'm gonna
Right.
win. I'm gonna win because I want to
That's
win.
right.
Because I understand the laws. I understand that God's on my side. I'm in His favor, and we all are. We just need to
Yep.
understand that. We need to see that. We need to see that the solutions are here, and to tune out of that drama. And then when the news realizes, wow, there ain't nobody tuning into the drama no more. Like, I don't watch any news, Robin. And if it's big enough news, like a
Not
like a
very much.
pandemic, I'll
Mhm.
hear about it. But when you do tune on the local news, they're like, I watched it for 3 minutes the other day, and it was the commercial for about what they've got coming on after the show I'm watching, that, when the news starts, and what they're going to be saying for an hour or whatever. And they're like, a man shot. I'm like, how is that news? There's been someone shot
Right.
since the day the gun was invented. That's not
Right.
news no more. That's just people peddling fear. And you know
Yes.
what? Those are pimps. Those are pimps, for lack of a better word. They're pimping out people, man, with fear. They want, and that's what a pimp does, man. He beats down a woman. He 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 tells her she's nothing, or if you even start to think of being something, I'm gonna hurt you. And if that doesn't scare the woman, I'll hurt your family. They use fear to pimp you out. and it's not right.
Mm.
And that's what the news does. They use fear to keep us discouraged, to pimp us out, to keep us in this way of life. And
Yeah, the
all none of
news
it's
is
news, Robin.
it's
It's the
just
same pimping that's going on forever. And we got to
one
stop.
bad thing after another, like, one right after the other, like,
Yep. I'm
so
sorry, man, if
discouraging,
I'm
yeah.
fired up tonight, Rob. I'm
No, hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you're fired up because this is important information, and it's important to talk about these things. This is why I've started my channel, so that we can talk about things that are important,
Yes, we can raise each
and
other up and we can disconnect
raise our
from the
awareness.
system.
Yes,
Mm,
exactly.
mm.
So we got a couple of people shouting out here. Um, Simpson John, JT, you're looking better. I'm assuming your son is doing better. Sorry if you already mentioned it. I came in late and we did not talk about that since we started the live chat. So maybe you can tell us what's going on with your baby.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got a tooth coming in or something. He wasn't sick or nothing, but he was just more whiny and grumpy than he's been in weeks. So it was just one of those nights where we just every time we tried to put him down, he got even more pissed off than he was earlier. So we just spent as
Mm.
long as we could with him. And so we were playing this game, The Quarry. It's like for Halloween, a little scary video game. I get into that stuff. And but we're going to pick it up this coming weekend here, and we'll try to do a stream. But I thought we could finish it up on Saturday night, and it just didn't happen. And family comes first for me.
Yeah,
It's literally in
absolutely.
my channel name, the Poko Moonshine family. I'm not the Poko Moonshine dude. I'm the Poko Moonshine family, and my son and my wife come first above everything. So that's what we did.
Maybe you can tell us about your channel and what your channel name means. What is it
Yeah.
about?
Everybody thinks it's about alcohol or liquor, and I don't drink, and it's not even about alcohol or liquor. Poko Moonshine is the name of a pond that me and my dad
Okay.
were fishing on. We snuck onto private property. We caught a bunch of fish, and we got kicked off of private property. They did not like that, but I don't care what they think. I think you're starting to sense a theme with me, Robin. Like they could kick us off and yell at us, but me and my dad had a great time. And they never could take that experience. They could kick me off of that property, but they couldn't take that experience away from me. They couldn't take
Right.
that awareness away from me of that great time that I had. And it was about family, fun, and adventure sneaking on there, and we had fun. And so I wanted to dedicate my channel to being a beacon of light out there. And there was a little wood sign. It was a board stuck in the ground with two boards crossing it, and painted in white letters on the board it said Poko Moonshine. And I said, man,
Mm,
Poko Moonshine. I said, I want to dedicate a channel on YouTube to being about family, fun, adventure, to being a beacon of light in
nice.
this dark world. So that's what Poko Moonshine is. It's about family, fun, adventure, and that's why there's a pond right there.
Mhm.
Poko Moonshine, and there's a nice, beautiful moon setting in it. It's beautiful.
I had no idea what this was about when I first saw your channel.
Yeah, it's just about a pond,
Yeah,
and
that's
family,
nice.
yeah, and family and fun and adventure.
Well, I can tell you this, we have a lot of fun watching you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
All of your chatting with carnivores and, the fun stuff. I mean, even the game, I didn't play the scary game because 'cause I'm scared. But I mean, that's fun, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I've
fun. So
I've been
we
learning to embrace my fears and to just live life to the fullest. We only live once, and I don't want to look back
yeah.
with regrets.
Yes. Awesome. Let's see what else we've got here. Carnivore Journey. Forrest says slow and steady wins the race. I've lost 48 pounds in 48 weeks. That's amazing.
Absolutely. That's better than gaining 48 and 48 weeks. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? It's your
That's
that's the law of perspective. He's using,
mhm.
Robin. I'll teach you another law right here. He's using the law
Yeah.
of perspective, and the law of perspective is it's everything's relative. So if I if
Mhm.
I give you a pebble and show you a boulder, you would say that the boulder is bigger than the pebble, right? Because then I gave you something to compare it to, right? But
Right.
before, the pebble was just a pebble until I showed you the boulder, right? Well, then it became
Right.
tiny. Well, then let's say I told you, okay, here's the boulder that you just said was big, right? Compared to the pebble. Well, then what if I push it off of a helicopter onto a mountain, and you look down and you say,
Mm,
where did the boulder go? Yes, it has now turned to a pebble, has it not?
exactly.
It's all in perspective, Robin. It's on.
Yes.
So if he could look and say, man, only 1 pound a week, damn, this sucks. Or he could look and say, man, I'm down 48 pounds and
That's
40. It's the law of
amazing.
perspective. And we need
Yes.
to start using that law in our favor and not against us. Because most of us, we use it against ourselves. We compare ourselves, or we'll say, well, I'm not as rich as
Mhm.
this guy, or I'm not as successful, or my subscribers aren't up as much. Success is just people farther along in their journey than you are. It doesn't
Right.
mean they're better. It just means they started getting in their flow more than you did. They started getting in harmony with God's laws a couple weeks before you did. But that
Mhm.
doesn't mean you can never get in harmony with God's laws and catch up to them. So it's
Right.
all in the law of perspective. We need to start using it in our favor instead of beating ourselves up about it. Oh, I started carnivore diet too late. Some people, I hear them say, yeah, because you're
Mhm.
using the law of perspective against yourself because you're comparing it to other people at other age that started. Um,
Right.
be glad, use the law of perspective to see your old self that never knew about it and was on its way out. And now your new self that knows about it and is thriving. Who cares at what age
Right.
you're thriving? Use the law of perspective in your own favor. Stop beating yourselves up. We don't need to.
Exactly. 100%. So we got like 5 minutes left.
Goes quick.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Okay,
here. If
let's
you want to
see.
go a little bit over too, that's just fine. Whatever you
Okay.
want. Okay. You're the boss. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, my gosh, you've been interviewing everyone.
Yeah.
How did you find that passion to do that? I mean, what
I
was it
got
of
it from
what
Carrie. Carrie invited me on his channel and said, would you like to share your story? And I thought he was crazy because I was like, what do you mean, what story, man? It's just sleep apnea, and I know I almost died from it, but like, I don't know. I still don't think a lot of people relate to me, and that's okay, because a lot of them are going through weight issues, and even when I put out
Mhm.
my carnivore videos, some people will be like, well, you didn't suffer as much as Bill is suffering, and I'm
Oh
like,
my
well,
gosh, we're
I'm
not
like, you know
comparing
what? No one
ourselves.
ever I never compared myself to Bill. We have totally
No.
different journeys, and Bill is a sweet guy. I love Bill, and
Mhm.
there's no reason he should compare himself to me either. I mean,
Right.
we're all in our own journeys, and we're all making our own decisions, and so I wasn't as big of a weight as other people. Well, it doesn't mean I got nothing to share. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
noticed, I realized that, by Carrie wanting me to share my story, I was like, well, there must be something here. It's hard for us to see ourselves. That's a law of perspective. It's hard for us to see ourselves, Robin, because we're,
Mhm.
we're looking we're looking out, we're looking forward, not looking at ourselves, and it's hard for me to see what my story meant to some people that did take well to it, but
Yeah.
for the majority of it though, my story really isn't popular because I haven't lost a lot of weight, and unfortunately when you're in carnivore scene here, most of it goes towards people who've got more weight to lose, and that's fine. I'm not getting on nothing, but I still felt value in my story, and
Yes.
it made me feel special. It helped me get it off my chest, and I'm sure someone related to it. But I said, there's other people out here who aren't getting some shine because some people think their story is not sexy enough. And I don't
Mm.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right, man. God put us all here and we all have a story, and we all don't need the same exact journey, the same exact story.
Mhm.
We're all different and we're all blessed. And I wanted
Mm.
to make other people feel special like I did, and help other people get their journey and their these things that they've went through, and beat off their chest. And then I wanted them to find people that they relate to. I wanted to help lift them up, and raise their awareness as best as I could. And that's why I started chatting with carnivores. And that's also why I'm a
Mm.
little disappointed at how it ended. Because it was doing those things, but other people have other intentions to try to silence
Yeah. To
the
silence the
message.
whole carnivore community, honestly.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
they
and
wanna try to
I'm
do.
still gonna be doing my diet. I'm still gonna be talking, but yeah, unfortunately, they found a way to silence me. Unfortunately,
My gosh, well, make sure you get a hold of Bob and see
yeah,
what
yeah.
he's got, what kinda ideas he's got, because chatting with carnivores is awesome. I mean, It's like you said,
That's
it
how I
gives
met
people
you,
an
you know?
yeah, it is.
It's been a blessing in my life. I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't have, if I could go back, I would redo it all over again and get the same result if I need to, because I know I
Mhm.
helped somebody somewhere. So
Yes,
to
yes,
me,
you
it was
definitely
worth it,
did.
you know, and
The
they,
people have been, just awesome. I mean, people that we would never know.
mhm.
We would never meet them any other way other than on chatting with carnivores because you're talking to everybody.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
just absolutely incredible. I love that so much. I hope that there's a way that that can be still around somehow. The
Yeah,
Lord
maybe I'll
can
still
make a
do my
way.
Friday nights, with the people I do know, but as far as reaching
Yeah.
out to new people, I can't take the risk, and
Right. Yeah, you can't
I
have
put
your
in too
yeah,
much work,
I get it.
for my family and my channel to have people, uh, try to take something away from me. I won't give them the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been meaning to come on your, I think you have a Friday night live stream, and I've been meaning to try to get on there.
I haven't been
But
doing it every Friday, but, like,
okay.
last Friday we did the video game instead.
Mhm.
This Friday we'll probably do the video game instead, but there will be more opportunities there. It'll still be chatting with carnivores, but I won't get to share unique individual stories like I did before. So I
Yeah.
guess maybe it's just changing, and it won't be as often. But um, it is what it is. They're not going to stop me though. I'm still going to do my diet. I'm still going to thrive. I'm still here for
Mhm.
people. People got my
Yes.
number. If they
Yes.
need me for anything, even getting on the highway safely, I'm here for you.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
I might be calling you like, "Hey, JT, you're gonna
Go
have to
ahead.
talk
I'm
me
here
through
for you,
this."
girl. I'm here for you, Robyn. I love you and I appreciate you. You're a great
Thank you
soul, and
so
that's what
much.
we are. We're souls. We're spiritual beings in physical bodies, and
Mhm.
right now we have to be on a diet that works for us in these physical bodies while we're here in them. So it's just part of this journey, but we're all in this journey together. Maybe going through different things, but we're all going through these things together. And I think
Right.
that's a blessing
Yeah.
from God to have you in my life and the rest of
Yes.
the Tiger Gang and my family and stuff. I think that's a real blessing.
Yes, absolutely. So Kathy is echoing my sentiments right here. You're very positive. Yep, that's what I need, and we appreciate you so much for that.
Yeah, you can't let
So,
anybody take your joy from you. You can't. Don't let them
no,
win. That they ain't gonna take my smile no matter what they say or do. I'm telling you, I'm gonna smile on my way out.
well, I'm gonna be watching for that 10,000 subscribers on your channel. Did you say 10,000 or 100,000?
100,000.
A
10. I'm past
100,000,
10. 10.
yes.
That's old news.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So 100,000 subscribers, and that's when you get your, silver play button, right?
Yep, that's when I'll get my play
100,000. So
button.
I'll be watching for that for sure.
Yeah, I'll have my play button and there'll be a photo of me with it, and that's by law. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. You become
Mhm.
what you think about.
Yes.
Your thoughts are the currency which you purchase your life, your future. And I used my thoughts to purchase that currency, that 100,000 subscribers. That's something I want. And that's
Yes.
something I'll get by law because I keep putting energy into it, and whatever you put energy into grows by law. And when you know
Yes.
these laws, it gives you all the confidence in the world to accomplish your goals because you'll get them by
Mhm.
law. Like, and to say you'll never get them, then you're calling God, who made all this stuff and brought me into existence. Like he can do anything he wants, man. You're telling me he can't give
Right.
me 100,000 subscribers when there's
Yes.
billions of people on the earth? Come on, that's easy for him.
Mhm.
Give him something hard.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like there's
I'm
just
gonna
no
have to
way.
up my, I'm gonna have to up my, my thoughts about my YouTube channel.
You should.
I've
What's it
never
gonna
even
hurt,
thought about
Robyn?
having 100,000 subscribers, but
What's it
now I
gonna hurt? He
did.
sends you 100,000. Oh
Yes.
no, dear Lord, please
Okay.
don't do that.
No, no, I'll take them. 'em. I'll take them.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you got to ask for them, though. Like you got to
Okay,
dig
I
the
will
ditch.
ask
You
for
have to
them.
make the thought for it. You can't just say, "Well, I didn't get no rainwater." Well, you got to dig the ditch. You
Yes.
got to have the goal in mind. You got to have it created. And
Yes,
everything
yes.
we have, like even this pen, this is all from another dimension. What I mean by that is it came from someone's imagination first and then got created. So this is literally a copy. Everything you see is a copy of something But it all starts in our thoughts, our imagination. And I
Mhm.
suggest people to tune into their little kids again. And, we're in school and they tell you to stop using your imagination and focus. Focus on what? Focus on what? What's better than to focus on your imagination than to
Right.
no, really, that's how they get us to stop dreaming. That's how they get us to stop
Yes.
reaching. That's how they get us to settle. And to
Mhm.
that's how they discourage us, Robin. Because they just literally
Right.
discourage kids from using their imagination.
That's
Don't
true.
ever discourage a child from using their imagination. That's how we got the light bulb. That's how we started flying planes. All those guys were
Yes.
using their imagination even when they were told not to, even though they were discouraged. They didn't let
Mhm.
someone discourage them. And we got the light bulb, we've got planes, we've got all sorts of fun stuff now. And
Right.
that came from someone's imagination. So
It
people
did.
dream on,
Yeah.
dream, use your imagination until you are gone.
Sweet Naya says it's so true. We create our future with our thoughts.
Yep. Yeah,
Yes,
that's why you gotta
indeed.
think positive and let go of the negative things. Not saying there is no negative in life. There is. But
Right.
we're only gonna multiply that stuff if we focus on it. If you do have a negative in your life that you are focused on that you wish to change, focus on a positive thing that would make that negative change. Because
Yeah.
that's the law of polarity. I'll teach you. Everything's got an
Oh my
opposite.
gosh.
And, you can't have a hot without a cold, Robin, right? And you can't have an up without a down, an inside without
Mhm.
an out. You can't have a question without an answer. So
Okay.
it's like when you get these people and they'll say, "Well, I don't," or like if you know someone knows the answer and they say, "Well, there is no answer to that," they're lying. There can be no question without an
Question for
answer.
an
It's
answer.
that's the law
Okay.
of polarity. And when you understand these laws, you can really understand when someone's yanking your chain out here.
Mhm.
hmm And the law of
So,
polarity is positive and negative. So if you want to quit focusing on the negative, then you go to the positive. You go to its exact opposites. I even had a guy. He got healthier just by using the law of polarity. He said, "Well, what's the opposite of soda? Water. What's the opposite of chips? Beef." You know what I'm saying? That
oh,
the carnivore
wow.
diet is a law of opposites. It
It
is a law of
is.
polarity. Yeah, because you're
Yes, it
going from
is.
one thing to the opposite side of the spectrum, and then you're starting to
Mhm.
see how it feels. These laws,
Right.
I'm telling you, you got to learn them, and then you say, "Wow, how did I not know?" You knew about these things, you just didn't know about them, and we
You
don't
just
know what we
didn't,
don't
yeah.
know, but we have to
Right.
raise our awareness. We have to turn on the light, and once
Yep.
the light's turned on, it never goes out, Robin. That's the beautiful
Well,
thing
you've
about
definitely
awareness. It
turned
never
on several lights this evening for sure.
cool, cool.
I wrote down a bunch of laws that I need to go check out.
Oh, and there's more of them. It's so beautiful. Once you learn
Oh
them,
my
it's
gosh.
so fun. You get so interested in because you're like, wow, like that we are set up to win and
Yes.
win big. But
Well, I know that. I know that we're set up to win. So that in the end, we definitely win.
yes, yes, we win. So
What is heart attack chicken?
it's just chicken that's cooked in lard.
Oh.
And Burger King used to make their French fries in lard, but then they switched to
Mm,
vegetable oil on everybody because they said it's more healthier to give people reactions
something.
from vegetables.
Yeah.
And I get less of reaction cooking my food in lard than I do vegetable oil. So that's the world we live in.
Okay.
They got us discouraged. We eat the food and we feel like junk and we get discouraged.
Yeah, right. Yep. Simpson says he or she was thinking of you today when finishing up rendering some tallow. You and your heart attack chicken.
Yep, I got a video coming of it. I've got it cut. I just haven't had time to edit it. I'm really
Oh my
going down to like
gosh.
maybe one or two videos a week now. I'm not really I used to do
The
like one
video
video a day.
editing is crazy, JT.
Yeah.
It is crazy. The video editing and trying to get these videos out.
Yeah, it's a lot of
What
work,
in
isn't
the
it?
It's a lot of work.
People look at a YouTube channel and they say, "Man, that must be easy," but it's actually quite a bit
It's
of
so
work.
it's so much work. Yeah.
Yeah, so just remember though, it's about balance. You don't want to go too much into it and then you neglect your family, and
Mhm.
then I I wouldn't want to subscribe to someone who's going to neglect their family. I don't think that'd be a cool
Right.
guy. So I
Yes.
try to remember what's important and And if I don't put out as much content, that's okay, man, because I'm
Yeah.
not going to live with regrets. I don't want to say, well, I focus more on my family, because you get what you think about, and
Yeah.
there's people out here who want to get rich, and they get rich, but they lose their health, they lose their wife,
Mhm.
their kids don't like them no more. And
Mhm.
it's got to be a balance. There's nothing wrong with making money, but if it's going to be
Right.
at a sacrifice where you love it more than your family, that's when it's becoming a problem. If
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong
Agreed.
with enjoying money, but when you love it more than you love your family, when you love it more than you love your health,
Yeah.
that's when it becomes a problem. But there's nothing wrong with enjoying money, making money, but we should enjoy and love our family more and first,
Mhm.
and our relationship with God. The money should come third.
True. Well, JT, you have schooled us all tonight.
I'm sorry if it was too much.
No, it's awesome.
I just try to help
2
you
people
guys
have said
a
the law
little.
of attraction, so
Yep, that's the law, and it's also called the law of assumption.
okay.
If you assume you're not going to win, it's like a lot of people lose against Tom Brady at the Super Bowl because they assume they're going to lose. It's Tom Brady, and
Uh-huh.
he's used to that vibration of winning. He knows what it feels like, and he's raised his awareness to know how to beat people, and he knows that if he just gets them discouraged a little bit, he's got the game
Mhm.
won, like I was
Yep.
telling you about. And that's all they need to do is start thinking, well, it's Tom Brady, I'll never beat him. Well, with that attitude, you never will. You're discouraged, you're going to lose. You got to
Right.
have faith. You got to build yourself up instead of the other guy. And it's not a
Right.
greedy thing. It's not like you're going to
That's
tear them down,
good.
but you want to make sure you build yourself up.
That is really, really good.
I'll have
I'm
a
getting
course one
ready.
day, because now with this going
Yes.
on, I'm going to be focusing more on my life coaching.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so and that involves your mind, body, and soul. And you can't have a life without regrets unless you have the proper coaching. I honestly believe that I needed to be
Mhm.
coached. I'm not saying
Mhm.
I'm just, oh, I know it all, and I don't. I still don't have 100,000 subscribers. I'm working on it. There's room to. There's always better's a beautiful word, because everything could be better, no matter how good it
Mhm.
is. And you know what makes something great, Robyn?
What?
Is when you take something that's already good and you keep making it better.
Mhm.
Ooh, like I would see these paintings, Robyn, and you ever wonder if the artist ever felt they were done? Like, oh, this could
Mm.
have been better. Oh, I could have shaded that a
Yes.
little bit better.
Right.
That's what makes a great painting, because he kept trying to find ways to make it better and better. And someone's like, well, it looks really good. Yeah, but like this could be a little bit better. And then it's those small things that you make better, then it also becomes great. So as soon as you think
Yes.
something's really good, you got to go back to the law of perspective and say, well, this could be better. And I just want to teach you guys one quick thing before we go.
Okay.
Um, Dissatisfaction and ungratefulness are two different things. Now, because
Okay.
sometimes somebody be like, well, I wish this was different. And then someone say, well, can't you be grateful for what you got? Well,
Mhm.
being just because you're dissatisfied with something does not mean you're not grateful. I'll just give you a quick example. Edison, he gave us the light bulb. I
Mhm.
guarantee you one day he was working on a different invention that wasn't the light bulb. And he knocked over his candle and it set all his shit on fire. And he said, damn, like as much as I love the candle, it's helping me see, work at night. This thing sucks. It just lit all my papers on fire. So he was grateful for it. Obviously, it was cooking and making food. It was helping him see, but he was dissatisfied. He said, this could be better.
Mhm.
And we need to keep stretching. We need to be dissatisfied. Dissatisfaction is a creative state. When you see in
Okay.
that painting and you're like, "Ooh, this could be better." They're in a creative state. And you don't stifle those people. That's how we get inventions, because invention is taking something that works and then you try to make it work better. You make
Right.
it great then. That's a it's a creative state. I just want to
Mhm.
teach people, it doesn't just because you're dissatisfied with something doesn't mean you're ungrateful for it. Don't ever let
Right.
someone tell you, "Well, you're not grateful." You mind your own business. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for God. But God also allowed me to be dissatisfied. That way I can keep stretching. That's
Mhm.
that's why they were looking for the promised land. They weren't
Yeah.
ungrateful. They were just dissatisfied. And they knew that
Mm.
the Lord is great and he promised them better, and there was better out there. And that's the other thing too. Why do you think he roamed around the desert for 40 years, Robyn? Do you think Moses was lost? No, he was trying to raise their awareness before they got to the promised land. That way they would be grateful for
Mhm.
what they were receiving, their new blessings.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
raise our awareness and it's going to increase our gratitude. So I hope you guys focus on that and take that out of this interview.
Kathy's got the right idea here. She's saying that you're leaving us wanting more, and that is very true.
Book me
Well,
for
so
another one, Robyn. I'll give you guys some more.
yeah, we'll definitely. I want to get a chance to meet your wife
Yeah,
as well. So maybe we
11/11.
can.
It's a
We can
date, Robyn. It's
oh,
a date.
yay! Yes. So I'll get a chance to meet her in Chicago. We are going to Chicago for the Carnivore Diet Movie.com Chicago meetup.
Yep.
Yes, it's
Me
gonna
and
be
my wife will be there,
awesome.
and if you guys want to take pictures and shake hands and hug it out and all that stuff, let's do it,
Yes,
man.
yes, yes,
Get
yes.
your tickets and come meet me.
Yes, indeed. Well, JT, I really appreciate, I can't tell you, I appreciate you so much. You have been a blessing to me, and also just this conversation about all these different laws. And I'm seriously, I had to go study up on this
Yeah,
stuff.
teach it to your family too, though. When you
Hmm.
raise your awareness on something and you don't give that knowledge out, that's a sin. When you know
Right.
something that could benefit someone and you don't
Hmm.
help them, that's a sin. That's a sin.
Yep. That's
So
right.
I
Yep.
that's why I feel obligated to teach you guys and try to raise your awareness, even though I'm not getting paid. It has nothing to do with it. I'm here to help out. The Lord has put me here for a reason. He's gave me a second
Yeah.
chance, and any chance I get to help you guys raise your awareness, because I can't take this jean jacket with me, this computer, these glasses, this hat. When I die, the only thing I could take with me, Robyn, is my awareness. That's why we need to get our heads in the books, the Bible, and understand it better, so we
Yes.
have a greater level of awareness to take with us on our next journey.
Right.
Mm,
Awesome. Thank you so much, JT. I think we're
absolutely.
going to leave it right there. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Kathy.
Kathy.
Thank you. I
You have
appreciate
given
that. You're a
JT a
sweetheart.
super chat. So that's nice. I know it's not for me because I don't get super chats yet. So
Hey,
I'm on my way.
you're gonna be there. You just got to make room for those super chats in
Yes.
your mind,
I'm
and
making room. I'm making room.
then the Lord says, "Ooh, we got to send them the super chats now because she
Yes.
wants it."
Yes.
So start researching
Yes.
super chats and make a room
Okay.
in your mind for it, Robyn.
Will do. Will do. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, JT, for being here. And we will see you guys next time.
Thank you and goodbye.